Hey guys. Okay, so some of you may recall about a month or two ago, I did a video where I talked about how to approach your neighbours to try and get letters of support off them. Well, in the last week or two, we've actually had the opposite sort of occurring. We've had a lot of people coming to us asking us how they actually object to their neighbours' applications. Now, we choose not to do submission work. That's something just as a company we don't get involved in. However, I thought I probably should record a video that gives people a few tips is probably the best way to say it, on how to approach this situation with the neighbours. So first and foremost, the biggest point I want to get across is you need to put yourself in your neighbour's shoes. You need to think, okay, if I was looking to renovate or extend my house, how would I feel if one of my neighbours started commenting the way that I'm planning to comment? So please, please, please keep that in mind first. Which kind of then flows on to my second point, which is remember that you need to live next to these people. No one likes the idea of having someone next door that they're kind of in this battle with. It's not good vibes to be putting out there. So do keep that in mind before you start arcing up and going down this path. Now, the next thing you need to consider is, what is the lawful alternative? So what you need to ask is, okay, if they're coming to you saying, can we go 30 centimetres off the boundary for our garage, what can they do as of right? What is the fallback position for them? In most instances, you're going to find it might be 50 centimetres off the boundary. So then what you need to do is you sit down and you compare what they're asking for, what they're seeking your consent for, against what the lawful alternative is. Like I said, the scenario, if you've got a 30 centimetre setback versus a 50 centimetre setback, you need to sit there and ask yourself, will that actually have any impact on me? Like if I was to sit there and look at that property side on, and I was looking at that 30 centimetre setback, and I just clicked my fingers and it instantly changed to the different one, am I going to actually notice the difference? It's like, be real, be honest with yourself. Because I see a lot of situations where people just dramatize things, they overhype things, they think it's going to have a much bigger impact on them. But if you actually sit down and compare the before and after, the reality is it's probably not. Now, if you sit there and you go, yes, it is actually going to have an impact on me, then what I would challenge you, challenge is the best way to say it, challenge you to do is to think, is there something else the neighbour could do that would achieve a greater impact or benefit for me? So you might sit there and go, okay, that 20 centimetre reduction on the garage, sure, maybe it will impact on you, but it's not going to be a huge impact. However, if they were going to put privacy screening on the upper level windows, or what if they were going to give you a couple of shading trees or screening trees on your property? Is there something like that that they could offer you or they could do for you which would have a far greater impact on your property than what they're proposing? So could you give them that reduction in setback in exchange for something which is going to have a much greater impact on you? So those are my tips that I wanted to get across today. The moral of the story, or the point that I want to get across, is you need to stop for a moment, take the emotion out of the situation, take a step back and look at the bigger picture and really question, how would you feel if that happened to you? What are the actual impacts? And is there a better way that you could approach this that achieves a win-win for both parties? Okay, that covers off everything that I wanted to talk about today. As I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got three. Number one, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site-specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number two, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number three, what was my number three? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all.